Hey guys, welcome back to ArtosisCasts. Hope you're having a nice day. Hope it's about to get a little bit nicer. We have Rich down here in the bottom right, one of the most active Protosses in the world, really looking to get into SSL this season, going up against Speed in the top left, the absolute dominator of the ladder, just crushing face. You could argue he's the strongest Terran out there right now. And it would be an argue that wouldn't fall on deaf ears. So should be a very good one. It's cross spawn on Radeon. And well, we'll see how this goes. How they both want to end up opening, and you know, well, that's how it always is. So thank you guys for coming into ArtosisCasts here today. Really hope that you're enjoying the games. I'm kind of like hyped up right now, just jumping around, seeing how many people are playing pretty actively, and everyone's in very good shape. Can't wait for those SSL quals. I know that I try to mention this every 2 or 3 videos. Like, the SSL quals haven't been rescheduled exactly yet. I believe they're going to be in like March, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I don't think SSL will ever get canceled, by the way, guys, just to make this clear. Like, even if things get delayed occasionally for various reasons, ASL has historically gotten such good viewership. It's actually crazy for the amount of money it costs to put on a tournament like that. Like, the prize pool is garbage next to the amount of people that watch. It's, you know, it kind of shows esports don't actually need a giant prize pool. The pro gamers don't make a living off a prize pool. The only one that even could would be Flash or Sulky, right? But yeah, everyone makes their living off of streaming at this point. So, you know, you don't have to have like $1 million tournament. That isn't what drives. Like, honestly, if you ask me, you put a gun in my head, you're like, how much is first place in ASL or SSL? And I'd be like, oh gosh, it's coin flip. Maybe 20K. I don't know. Like, because I don't know about you guys, but I don't actually care how big a prize pool is, which is funny because I've been a commentator for so long, and oftentimes I'm instructed to mention this is the biggest prize pool ever, or whatever it might be. You know, oh, mention it's $100,000, and it's like, okay, it feels like you're trying to build almost a false hype off of it. Like, I guess there is something like the big numbers, like, oh, $1 million or whatever. But I have literally never cared. All I care about is that the pros care. And I guess that the amount of money on the line can make pros care, so that's one aspect of it. But anyways, let me know what you guys think on that. Because, yeah, for me as someone who loves to watch, cast, all that matters is that the players want to play it. And they want to win. That's all that matters. All right. Let's take a look. Rangeless expand here from Rich. Expanding after that. Nexus goes down. Over for Speed, he was doing a box scout with just a 2 depot expansion, it looks like. He's made 3 Marines already. And he will go ahead and make that Nexus. And everything should be good. Yeah, he's going to make the Nexus instead of the Vulture. I think he's still going to make the Vulture. There it is. That will slow down his add-on a little bit, which will slow down his Spider Mines a little bit, but it's not a giant deal. He's gotten his command center with very, very good time here. That's actually a really nice way that he did that. The fact that he skipped, because normally what you do is you go Vulture, then basically this SV comes down, mines minerals, and then you basically have enough to make the command center. And the fact that instead he just came down and made it immediately, then made the Vulture, I do think that's an improvement on the build based upon what he's against. You don't really have to worry about any pressure coming out, because the Dragoons just... the range didn't start. As soon as he sees the Nexus at 3 minutes and 5 seconds, he knows that range is not being made. And of course, you can make it right afterwards, and in fact, Rich is, but yeah. Robo on the way here for Rich. Looking up at Speed's base. Gets that out on. Mines, Siege Tank. Vulture just scouting around, making sure nothing's too crazy. Probably poke towards the front a little bit. Oh, might take a hit. No, just barely turns around in time. And I wonder if Rich here is going to add the second gate or go into Reaver right away. Really not sure. Really not sure. There's the second gate. Now, of course, we know that Rich likes 3-gate observer as well. I don't know if he'll go for that, though. Second factory started here. So Speed is looking to put at least a little tiny bit of pressure on. The 4 Marines 1 siege tank push is a very strong one. Notice that Rich already has his Dragoons spread very well. Dragoons holding down the fort here. One watching this, one watching this. This Dragoon is to make sure a Vulture can't come in for free and lay a mine here, because this would slow down that third base. Observatory coming up. Oh, and it is going to be the 3 gate. That's interesting timing, because I think he technically might have been able to get it a little bit earlier, but he made it exactly after he saw the Vulture pop its head in. So he might have been waiting to see if mines were being made. That might be the trigger for going for it. I'm not sure. Anyways, Rich backing up here as a mine gets laid. The 4 Marines and Siege Tank kind of pushing him back a little bit as well. 5 goons right now, 2 more on the way. And he just lays the mines exactly where he wants. That's generally what this does anyways. You push goons back, you put mines where you want them, you go home. Speed is the second upgrade here. And notice he is already starting a second tank. This second tank is a nod towards Fast Observer 3 gate. Like, you could just go pure Vulture, but if your opponent just like makes nothing but goons and Observer and goes across the map, that could be a little bit tough. Because he did get speed very quickly here. So a few missile turrets going down. That's kind of an interesting placement. He's got that armory already going. Really well placed on everything, it seems. Though I do believe you can get by here without taking shots if you left align the shuttle. Little after 6:30 on this third Nexus, so nothing's too crazy about that either. Pretty good timing, especially with the 3 gate. He actually did not overmake goons, really. Yeah, he's just got... Oh, no, he's got 10 now. Okay, so he's definitely using that 3rd gate. And a 4th tank siege mode on the way. Okay, and I love the Academy. Absolutely love the Academy. This is actually, I think, very important right now. There's a little period in there where Academies were coming a little bit later for most players. Ooh, he actually got a Vulture in. Nice. 2 kills. Not bad. But I think actually right now, getting the ComSat scanners is like pretty important because it feels like Protoss have like every build that comes after the 3rd base. There's like mass gateway builds, there's Reaver builds, there's High Templar builds, there's Arbiter builds. The carrier builds are probably the weakest, honestly, even though carriers are the strongest thing Protoss has. Like that opens up a pretty wide timing, like the transition of that. Generally you want to do that a little bit quicker off like 2 base a lot of the time. But anyways, I think that getting the Academy is very good. Now, I said that, and you see he is not getting ComSats. So you might be thinking, well, what's the deal on that? It's because you saw that 1 Vulture get in. The 1 Vulture gave him enough intel. He doesn't need the scans right away. So he makes a few more SCVs. Look at this, 50 against 52. Dude, that's excellent. That is superb as far as workers go. As Terran in this spot, I can tell you, you feel very, very good if you think that your workers are within 2 of your opponent at this stage of the game. Basically, if you can get into your 50s of workers being right next to Protoss, you're in very good shape. You know, if you look at some of these things like the greedy Nexus first builds, they'll literally be 10 workers ahead of you. So to keep it within 2 this whole time is really, really nice. Now, speed is moving out. This is a very funny looking thing. 5 siege tanks, 4 Marines. He's got his speed vultures around the map. He has fair mines. The mines are not bad. Even these mines over here play a role where it's like, if you're coming across the map, at least you know nothing's coming out of this area. Stuff like that actually is really important. Starport on the way. That Starport, I think he'll probably get a dropship off of it, but he should probably get the science facility as well. Now, this is really good harassment. This is actually, I've been doing this a lot lately too, where you just kind of move command onto the Nexus and target probes down. Okay, hold on. Whoa! Holy crap! What? That was the most insane Reaver drop there. He just blew up like 4 siege tanks at once. That was madness. I did not expect that to be happening during this Vulture harassment. Almost missed it. My God, that was an insane scarab. Wow. Wow. Okay. Third command center getting started. Yeah, he's going to have to just kind of turtle up, get his upgrades going, and play a longer game for sure. 4 more gates coming up, as well as the Templar Archive, so it's going to be 8 gates on 3 base. He is actually going to make a 4th Nexus, though. There's no way you kill that many Siege Tanks and you don't make a 4th Nexus. It wouldn't make sense. And you see this probe coming down, so should be making that 4th. There it is. Speed Shuttle with 2 Reavers. Going to fly right in. No missile turrets in this area. Kind of nice. He might actually be able to force a cancel, because sometimes there's no SCV close enough to put more health on this. That's crazy. Rich. That's really good. That was pretty far along, too. Like, he really needed that 3rd base. Now, here comes the dropship. He has a science facility, so he can start that +2 attack. I believe he only has 1 armory, though. Yeah. That's okay sometimes. If you get into a weird situation, you can skip armor. Get it a little bit later. This is turning into a little bit of a weird situation. Look at the supply differential here. This is kind of wild. Like, I think Speed did several things very well. Like, the initial tank pressure was nice. The adjustment of his build into the initial tank pressure, get the mines down. Slipping a Vulture in was fantastic. But Rich's execution, killing off the siege tanks here, instantly taking a 4th base, going up and canceling the 3rd. Like, Rich, I would say Rich is outplaying Speed right now, which is not something I would normally ever say. Now, well, this is a great drop. Honestly, you should just run up and kill all these probes. You could kill just about every probe there. 1 cannon does not kill 4 vultures quickly. You just have to focus fire. Okay, drop some into the main base. So, I mean, I guess he'll get something similar done. Looks like he did not outrange that as he wished. 2 more vultures being dropped off to the side. Yeah, I think he could have done a little bit better just killing probes over here, but that's okay. Oh my god! Well, at least you know it's me observing. So, Speed has lost a few SCVs. He lost a few there. Alright, look, I'll make a deal with you guys. I'm sorry. I'll look at the minimap more. But I'll go back at the end of this game and we'll re-look at that drop. Okay? That was insane. Whatever that was. Because suddenly Rich is up 35 workers. That is wild. All Rich needs to do right now is macro super heavily. Just make sure you got your zealot legs, macro really heavily, and just smash whatever comes out. He basically has to kill Speed's army 1 time and he should win. Damn, Speed playing nice. I mean, Rich playing nice. Speed's actually playing very well as well. So he sacrifices a few zealots moving forward here. All right, going to drop some on top of these tanks. Forces the unsiege, which allows the goons to run up. Lot of Speed zealots in here. Good targeting by Speed onto that shuttle. So the Reaver does get dropped out and Speed will be able to get away from that. This, by the way, this situation, you have to hold position 2 tanks as you run back. Oh, no, he's not going to follow. Okay. Because of the mines, that's like the only way. You need the zealots to get stuck on a couple tanks so the other ones can get away, or they'll drag the mines and everything. But it looks like Rich turned around anyway, so didn't have to do that little trick. Okay, Speed is trying to recover his worker count. The one thing we can say is there's not a 5th base up yet. This has been started, but it's not up. So there's still a little potential to come back here for Speed. Now here comes Rich. Gonna bully his way in. God, he has a lot. And Speed really does not have a lot. Well, Rich reducing, like I said, he only needed to kill the army 1 time, and he's done it. Well, he's done it close enough to done it. Look at this, 125 to 81. He's got 25 more workers. He's got 4 base mining. It is really hard to imagine a world in which Speed can come back in this game. Oh, wow, the dropship's still in there. Another robo coming up. Speed trying to regain a little bit of value. He does have 3-1 on the way for his upgrades. So I guess that's kind of a nice thing. He has a good factory count. 8 factories with 3 add-ons is really, really solid. It's just, I can't even imagine a world in which his economy will ever be big enough to expand plus make his army plus absorb even bad trades from Rich. Because Rich has the 5 base now. Well, it's not mining yet, but he'll get it mining. And you can see he's like getting ready to set up this main. So it's like, okay, well, where do you attack? And he'll just keep coming in too. Well, that was a terrible one, but he can really play very wastefully. His economy is so much better. It's just not even close. So the probe's being transferred to this bottom left, getting some gates up, has plenty of cannons. Of course, these cannons still warping in. We'll see if he can get another probe up there. It was kind of nice that Speed picked off the probe, or the Nexus would definitely already be started. And that's a great way to play, too. If you're cross-spawn and you expand towards both other mains, Terran can realistically kill one main at a time if you have some gates in each main. Because it's like, okay, you might think like, okay, push one and drop the other. But what they'll do is they'll make like a DT out of it. And it's like, okay, well, 2 siege tanks even versus 1 DT is a pain in the ass. Because you have to scan like twice to even kill it, and they need to be unsieged. And then they already have more units on the way, and it becomes very, very tough. So like breaking 2 bases at the same time that are across the map from each other is not a Terran strength. It can be done, it has been done, it's not a regular thing though. Vultures coming up, dealing with some of these cannons in the top right. Again, he killed the probe already, so there's actually nothing else up here, but it is good to clear this. Because if you're sitting here as Protoss and you have those cannons up, you're like, well, I do want to expand up here still. Oh, another big drop goes down. Just bombs over everything with the mass shuttle. Speed's actually clearing it pretty well, pretty quickly. Yeah, real control for Rich right now. And it's better to just get that 6th base down rather than try too hard to reclaim this place before taking it. Speed rotating around pretty well. He's actually keeping a relatively high supply. He's got a good amount of siege tanks still. Not that many vultures, unfortunately. That is one place you can suffer when you've taken so much economic damage. Vultures are a little bit of a mineral sink, and since he doesn't have the minerals to sink into it, better to make more siege tanks, but it does make you a little bit less mobile. You can see Speed was trying to wiggle down the side of the map, but yeah, Rich has a bit too much there, so Speed is going to try to get back. All right, not a bad idea. Good split there, though, by Speed. And Rich just going to shove his way in. Yeah, there's not a lot left for Speed in this game. Almost out. Getting very close to out. This is still very healthy, but he's just not really in a position to take another base as well. He does have his +3 attack, which is nice. He's getting really fantastic upgrades. Rich adding some additional gates down there as well. Just needs to run right into this army. Yeah, you clear these tanks. I think Speed just has to leave after losing these tanks. Realistically, game's been over for a bit. GG. Let's go back and look at 2 different points, actually. I'll get the drop that I missed at the natural, but let's look at that unbelievable move up here with the Reavers. I think it was like a little bit beyond here. Okay, so here goes the shuttle, right? So this is right when the vultures get dropped over here, and I almost missed it, but we saw the tanks blow up. I just want to see what this looks like. So see, he saw this coming up with his mines, so he sieged in a group. Yeah, I guess we did basically catch this. Drops those. There's the 2 scarabs. Insane. Really well done there. You need to have that split up. I would say the biggest issue here, he had a missile turret here. The first thing you do on Radeon or in any map, when you're getting out here to get ready, you need a missile turret. This is why I sometimes yell about map makers removing so many spots to make a missile turret. Because if you don't have a missile turret to base your defense off of, you can come in there and drop 1 zealot, 2 zealot, Reaver, pick up Reaver, and then you just blow everything up. So definitely you need that centralizing turret. And let's just jump over to this drop that happened over here. Okay, so I don't think it happened yet. Oh, maybe I did. Oh, you know what? This has damage on it. Yeah, that did already happen. Sorry. Okay. So yeah, that was when he canceled that third command center. That was a really good move. The Reavers canceling the third is insane. That's not something you see every day. All right, there's the 2 shuttles. So he did this drop. So Speed was busy microing his other drop, so he actually just didn't really hear this happening because he was getting attacked by cannons. Rich hit this at the perfect time. So like if you're already under attack somewhere and you hear you're under attack, you just assume it's the units you're using. That was a lot of damage. This was a killer move. The fact that that came in as he was harassing could have been partially luck-based. Could have been part of a plan from Rich as well. It's really hard to say on something like that. But wow, that really did fantastically. Oh! That's pretty crazy. Really excellent drops. Anyways, guys, sorry I was a little slow catching that drop there. Thank you for watching. See you next time.